Hello.
And hello from your dog as well.
Yes, I'm just saying hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome back. Welcome to another episode. Can you believe I think this is episode 25, 24, or 25. I'm not
Oh my
100% sure.
goodness.
Yeah, well, it'll be down there, but I don't remember. But we've done this like a lot of times.
We have. And we're not getting
We're
any
not-
better at it. Kidding. Kidding. I hope we're getting a little bit better at it.
I think so. I think so. And also, I mean, to me at least, I love our games. Like I'm gonna give you the answer to our last time's game, but I do enjoy that. And we didn't do that at the beginning. We started like on today. I made a list today of all the different games that we played and the answers. And we started like on episode 6. So yeah, we're progressing. So yeah, last week I gave you a little snippet of what a game was about. It was a dungeon crawler in the dark where you use special powers, and the answer is Massive Darkness. So yes, Massive Darkness, of course, it's the one game. I know there's a lot of dungeon crawlers that you're in the dark, but on this particular one, your special powers trigger when you are in darkness. So that was the answer. And stay tuned because
Okay.
at the
Well,
end
that's a
of this,
well-known game. I mean, I haven't played it, but I know it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a good one. I don't think it hits my table as much as it should, just because it's so big and it takes long. But it is a nice one. Especially the second edition is really good. Like they really tweaked. Some games you get the second edition and it's like, oh my gosh, what have they done? But this one they did it right. So at the end of this episode, we're gonna have another game. We're gonna have a new game. So stay tuned for that. But today we're gonna talk about.
Today we're talking about dice games.
That's right. We're going to talk about our favorite dice games. So, I know there's a ton of dice games out there. What did you do to pick the games on your list?
It was hard because there was one game that I wanted on my list, but I tried to keep it down to 5. And I was like, oh, I'm sure that I mentioned that if ever I talk about dice games, but I took it off. I tried to go for a couple of different ones.
Okay.
But they're still my favorites because I've got a lot of dice games that I
Right. Well, here's my problem. Most dungeon crawlers, I'm not gonna say all, but most dungeon crawlers are dice chuckers. You're throwing dice to defeat your enemies. But when I made this list, I wanted to go with dice that actually they do something different. Like they're not the same. Just roll and see what you get. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we start talking about it, if I did justice to my favorite dice games or not.
Okay.
You want to start us off?
I can start us off, and I've actually got the game here. I've only been playing this recently because I only got it recently.
Okay.
Spots.
Cute.
Just a little. You can see how small it is. Just a little thing. Let me throw up some pictures for you. So here we've got spots. And it's basically dogs, right? You can see on the cards. And I love the artwork and how silly this is because the dogs are spotty and you're using dice to put them on the dogs. So how it works is you've got these things up here which are sort of like the actions you can choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on which one you choose depends on how many dice you get to roll. And you roll the dice, and then what you're trying to do is you're trying to fill up your dogs. So you can see here the dogs have got spots on.
That is adorable.
Yeah, so you place them on there, but the catch-all is that you've got this doghouse off to the side. And if you get over 7 with dice that you can't use, you bust. And then you lose all the dice on all the dogs, and you have to start all over again.
Okay, I see. So, for example, the dog on the bottom right needs a 1 peep die.
Yep.
And the one on the top right needs a 5 peep die. Is that how
Right.
that works?
Yep, that's how it works. Yeah. So if you don't roll properly and you can't place them, they go in this doghouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you hit 8, you've bust and you have to start all over again. But if you fill a dog, so I think that dog in the top left is full, you can use your turn rather than placing dice to clear a dog, and then you take the dice off it and flip the card over, and then you've cleared that dog. And I think it's the first of the 6 clear dogs is the winner.
Okay.
But it's just adorable. I love it. Here's the like your actions, and the box comes with loads of extra actions that you can put out. But you only really need these. I don't really know why they're in there. There's a lot in there, but I guess if you want to mix it up a bit, you can. Oh, look at this adorable little thing. Yeah, so there's a close up. Looks like
That looks like a cow.
yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. I've actually got my grandpup on here somewhere. Let me flick through.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, Haskell Curry, my grandpup, with me playing spots. And I
That's
chose
awesome.
that card that he's sitting above because it's my favorite card. Because I think its name's Bert, and the only dice you need is a 1. And as you can see, it's his butthole.
Oh,
Thought that was funny.
that is funny. Cute, adorable, and we need to put some spots on your puppy.
Yeah, I should have done that actually, shouldn't I?
I love it, and you know what? The thing I love the most about this particular one is that yes, it's dice, but again, it's one of those that is doing something special with the dice. You're not just rolling and you got whatever peeps. It's actually like it has a purpose, you know.
Yeah.
To roll. So
And
I
I've
love it.
actually remembered the rules this time because I've recently played it, so it's quite fresh in my mind. I just remembered another one. You get little dog bones, and they're called treats, and you can use them to like re-roll your dice or whatever.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dog bones. Yeah, of course. That's one.
Yeah. Lovely,
Awesome.
lovely little thing. Highly recommend.
Cool. Well, I'm going to start with one that is pretty popular, and I just mentioned this one to you, Dice Throne. So
Oh,
Dice Thrones is the thing about Dice Thrones is there's tons of them. By the way, you can pick whichever one you want. I guess that one works fine. It's a two-player game, and everybody has custom dice. So you're not gonna find characters with the same. There's also cards, yes, but I mean it's called Dice Throne because it's a dice game. So, but what you're trying to do is just defeat your opponent. It's kind of like Magic in a way, but it's not because it's dice. But you have mana. I think they call it combat points. That you're using to increase your abilities and on your playboard, like you see right there, there's little symbols of the dice you have to roll in order to get that attack going. And there's some that are more powerful than others, and of course the harder to get ones are more powerful. And I think you get like 3 rerolls or something like that. But it's again, it's one of those games where the dice are different than in any other game because of the customization. And like for example, I just unboxed in the channel, it's not out yet but it will be out, Dice Throne Marvel, and Spider-Man's dice have webs and slingshots and stuff, and Thor has hammers in his helmet, so everybody gets really cool special dice, which is lovely.
sounds
I'm
cool.
playing it.
I've been interested in this one for a while, but I've got too many games.
I don't know that you're gonna love this one, to be honest with you.
No,
I don't think it's your type of game. No.
too like involved.
Yeah, it's very combat driven, and
Oh, okay.
it's not cute.
Yeah. The artwork's quite nice though, I have to say. Well, on that
Right,
one
yeah.
anyway.
And I love how you can store everything and everything comes in a little plastic box. So if you want to take just a couple like on a trip, the ones your favorite characters, you can just take those, leave the others behind, because and you can store them also, and they'll probably look very nice in the little box. So yeah, it's
Nice.
popular. It's
I'll
it's
be
a good.
interested to hear what you think of the Marvel one.
I haven't played it yet, but I will let you know. I'm sure I'll like it because I'm sure it's the same, because you can interchange, you can play with different sets. So I'm pretty sure, but it's going to be about the same as the other ones. So
Cool, nice pick.
yeah.
I am so sorry. Can you hear that drilling? Is that
Mm-mm.
no? Oh, good. Okay. All right. My next one. Everyone knows this game. I'm sure of it. Elder Sign.
Is that Cthulhu?
Yeah. So I'm a bit of a Cthulhu fan because I played the role-playing game back in the day. And Elder Sign's like a I don't know, like an easy scenario for Cthulhu. I say easy to play. It's not an easy game to win, I wouldn't say, because if the dice aren't going your way, you can be in all sorts of bother. But it's basically easy. You pick a location, you go there with your investigator, and you have to try and roll the right dice to fill in whatever it is that you're trying to do. And if you fail, you can start to go insane and things like that. I just like it because it's Call of Cthulhu. I love Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Cthulhu. I had, what was the Arkham Horror, I think?
Yep.
And I played that until I got tired of it. Like, that's how much I played it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it was a long time ago. And after that, I really didn't pick up any more Cthulhu games. I don't know. I should be into it, right? Because it's like right up my alley.
Yeah, you would think so, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I love those dice. They're lovely.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
All right. So my next one is one that I've talked about a lot. It's Dark Side Rising. And of course, I had to throw a Star Wars game in there because if I don't throw Star Wars, then I don't do justice to my wall of fame behind me. So, but again, this is look at him.
Yeah,
so gorgeous. So I guess it could be any Rising, right? The one I own is Dark Side Rising, but it's the same for all of them. The dice are again custom dice, and you're rolling to try and get the right combinations so you can either hit your opponents, which are on the board. You play against the AI. It's a co-op game, or recruit heroes into your pool of heroes so you can get more powerful. Hopefully, roll more dice, or get some rerolls, or get some special abilities, and defeat as many opponents as you've set up to defeat. I believe the base game asks you to defeat 7, but you can increase the difficulty. So that's what I'm saying. But I mean, how can I look at the gorgeousness?
Yeah, I like this one as well. It's really good.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And it's Star Wars. But, you know, high hand.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one. I like that one. I don't know why I didn't think of that one, to be honest.
Well, I did. So you're set. You're
Yay. Anything else to say about that one?
No, you can go ahead.
No? Okay. Now, I'm going to start to type this in, Annabelle, and everyone's going to groan.
Is
that right? I can't actually see it. It's so tiny.
Of course, this had to come up.
Oh, no. Let me just see.
It's a specific one.
This one.
The cave. Okay. Oh, the cure. I can't see either. The cave.
Have you not seen this one before, Annabelle?
No. I read the wrong thing. I read the cave instead of the cure.
Well, it's pandemic and it's using dice. What's not to love?
I don't know what's not to love.
So in this one, it's basically pandemic, right? There's the world that you're going around. You're trying to get the diseases under control. You've got your characters. I think I did a little upgrade video on this one. It might be on my channel, just making the characters a little bit cooler. And your characters have got their own sort of sets of dice because special abilities. And that's it. And look at it. It's just beautiful. I love it. Love it. Yeah, it's nice. And it's very clever the way that it works as well, with like being able to travel around the ring, and you don't want to run out of dice in the bag either, because it's pandemic.
So it's smaller than regular pandemic, a lot smaller, it seems like.
Yeah, it is smaller, but it does the same things.
Right, but as far as real estate on the table, it takes less space, is what it looks like.
Yeah, because you haven't got the board. That's basically the board there, is the locational things, and the main ring in the middle, keeping track of everything. Yeah. Okay. It's good though, and it looks nice. It's pretty.
It is pretty.
Yeah. There we go. Pandemic.
Nice.
The cure.
The cure, not the cave, guys.
Snuck it in. Pandemic.
Right, so my next one is actually a game that I do not own, I probably should, and the only reason why I've gotten it is because it doesn't play solo. But I've played it, and I've only played it once, but it made the list. So that's how much I liked it the one time I played, and it's very popular. It's called Space Base.
Yeah. It is very popular, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. 7.4, not bad. So yes, again, it has cards, but it's basically the cards help you upgrade your tableau, but you're rolling, and depending on what you roll, then you can do stuff. So it's basically a dice game, and you can acquire more cards, but you're really and the cool thing about this one is that which I loved is that when it's not your turn, you still pay attention because what someone else rolls affects you. Because I it's been a while, but I think they roll maybe 2 dice. I don't remember how many, and you get to use one of them. It's something like that. You get a portion. Is that how it is?
I don't know, but it's reminding me, looking at it, and people are going to go, it doesn't remind me of that, but it reminds me of one that I should have thought of putting on my list, Roll for the Galaxy.
That's a very popular one too.
Yeah, really popular. And again, great custom dice in that one as well.
Yeah, this one has regular dice, but again, it's just that fun of like, I love the fact that I gotta be on top of whatever, and then when you're rolling, it's even better because you get to use all the dice that you roll, and you get even special. So, yeah, it's definitely popular for a reason, and it plays fast, and it's fun to play with other people because again, there is a lot of player interaction as opposed to other games on my list where it's just very solo-ish, even though you're playing with someone else.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I like that one. I know it's really popular because I knew it straight away when you mentioned it. Yeah. Nice. Look at all those happy people playing that.
Yeah.
Good choice. All right. My next one. You'll know this one, I'm sure. Role player. It's right there in the name.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got like the expansions for this one, but I'll admit I haven't played the expansions. I've only played the base. But I really like this one. So you can see here, you're basically making up a role-playing character, and you have to get your dice to a certain spot where they're matching what you're supposed to be doing. So it might be like if you get a charisma of 18, that you'll get bonus points and that kind of thing. And depending on what you're doing, with one dice might affect another dice. So you might do something, and then it will say flip another dice to the opposite side. So you can easily go from a 1 on your stat to a 6.
Right.
It's super clever, like the way that the guy's done it. And it's fun playing a role-playing character, but also making a role-playing character at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I've played this one, and yes, it's a fun one for sure.
Yeah, and look at all the dice.
And even though they're 6-sided regular dice, they're different colors for a reason. So you have, it's not just roll and go. You have to be careful what color you place and where.
Yeah, it's clever, really clever. I like it. I like it a lot.
Very nice, very nice. We've picked some pretty popular games.
Yeah.
The next one on my list is Champions of Midgard. I think that was also pretty popular. I don't know. It's Vikings.
Yeah, it's definitely popular because I've heard of it numerous times.
Yeah, 7.7, and it's a worker placement. I guess at its core, but there's the reason why you're doing worker placement is mostly to get dice, because dice are your warriors. So depending on the color of the dice, it could be a swordsman, or it could be, I don't remember the other two, but they go up in what they roll. So some of them will roll swords, but the other one will not roll swords. Well, they will roll, I don't know, I don't remember the name, but some other weapon. I've played it forever. So, and then you collect your dice in different colors because of your different warriors, and then you send them out to fight, and you have to be careful because some fights don't like swordsmen, and some fights don't like the knights. And you have to, Yeah, and then you're also rolling
Ah, there we go.
to see what results you get. Sometimes you get axes, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get shields, and you needed. So it's really cool. Plus, it's a worker placement, and you also have to manage your resources because when you send them, like right here, they're sending them off to battle. You have to feed them because they're Vikings and they're going on their big ships, and they gotta eat while they're at sea. So it's definitely and there's also a little like those cards where there's a troll or some monster that comes every turn, and if you don't defeat it, then and somebody else does, or even if then you get shame. So you get minus points
Oh,
at the end of the game. Yeah, because you're supposed to be the super Viking, and here
yeah.
you are, someone else defeated a troll for you. What is that about? So it's complex, but it's not hard to play. It's
Okay, yeah. I've heard of that one. People talk about it a lot, so it must be a good one.
mm-hmm,
Nice.
it
Look at
is.
all those dice.
Yeah. Oh
Wow.
yeah. There's tons.
Yeah, good choice. I like that.
Mm, cool.
All right. My next one you'll definitely have heard of. I think it hits most people's um, favorite dice games. Sagrada.
Uh, of course.
Yeah, it's stunning. I remember when it came out just being like, wow. I hadn't seen anyone do it this way before.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely. So you've got your player cards here, and what you're trying to do is fill in a stained glass window. But I really like this one because it was one of the first games that used this sort of double layer board, and you slide the card into the board to show you what dice you're trying to get in that
Mm-hmm.
particular game. It's just lovely. It's beautiful. And I used to play this one with my grandson, negating some of the rules when he was like 2, and he loved it. So it's got an extra, like, special place for me. I
Of
can
course.
remember him playing it and saying, "This is easy for me, Nonna. It's not easy for you," because I kept rolling really bad and he was rolling really good. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, there we go. So you're having to do, get your dice in certain positions, and, you might not be allowed to have certain dice next to other dice or certain colors next to other colors. So that's your strategy when you're playing it. Oh, look at it. Beautiful. Sagrada.
Sagrada, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I have one more. Let's see. It's called Kingdom Hearts Perilous Pursuit, and there is a run through of it on my channel if you want to go check it out exactly how it plays, because I'm probably not going to remember all the rules while I'm talking to you guys. But again, it's one of those where you're using custom dice to be able to do actions, and with those actions defeat your enemy, and you're defeating the heartless. And if you're like me, and you like Disney and you like Final Fantasy, then you have to play this, because this is Disney plus Final Fantasy put together, two of the best worlds in one box.
Yeah.
So it's a very easy, I would say, gateway game that anybody can understand, because really all you're doing is rolling and then matching. Oh, I got this one, I got this one, okay, I've got all of them, now I can do the action, and I'm gonna hit the heartless for whatever amount. And every character has different abilities, one special ability, and you get to play with Donald. Who doesn't want to play with Donald and Goofy? Like, sure. I mean, the other guys are cool. Sora's cool, but come on, it's Goofy.
Yeah, I played the video games of this a long time ago, and I remember enjoying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm too stressed. Like, I stressed out when I play those games, but I would love to watch someone play it, because I
Yeah.
think that those games are beautiful. Like, going to me, like having characters from Final Fantasy, some of them that you know, some of them that you don't, go into these realms, the Disney universe is. Who thought of that? That's
Yeah,
genius,
it is an odd mix, right? Like, who did think of that?
right? But it works.
It works, yeah.
It works. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I like Mickey a little bit better now that I know he can fight.
Fair. It's fair. Yeah, that looks nice. I like the custom dice on this one as well.
Right.
You've actually really intrigued me with this one.
You will like this one. You will like this one.
You think
This one
I
I can tell you will like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the artwork. It's beautiful.
And if you've played the games, then yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
remind you.
Oh,
You
nice.
said you had an honorable mention, something that you
My
did.
honourable mention was Biblios, which I always mention if I'm talking about dice games. It was one of the
Okay.
first sort of small box dice games that I got into when I got into the hobby.
Okay.
It's a lovely game. I used to play it with my wife, and she even enjoyed it. She's
Okay.
very picky.
Yeah, I've heard of Biblios. I did have an honorable mention. The only reason why I didn't put it on the list is because I have been waiting for the Kickstarter expansion for more than 2 years, so I'm mad at them. But it's called Sorcerer, and I discovered this game at a con. I didn't know it existed. It was one of those lists that I know, one of those games that I know existed, and I enjoyed it so much. And it has a lot of dice, and it has two phases. First, you prepare, and then you battle with the dice. So it's fun. But I'm mad at them because where's my game?
Yeah, are they going to actually deliver it? Do you know? Have you been like checking to see what's happening?
Yeah, finally, after I don't know how many months, probably 6 months, we got a notification that hey, we're still working on it. Don't think that. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's good. At least you haven't lost the money.
No. They're working on it. But wow, I've backed up games after that one that have already have arrived, and they're still. I think it was pre-pandemic that I backed it up. Imagine how long.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's the problem with Kickstarter, isn't it? I haven't backed anything for a long time, and it's because I've lost hundreds of dollars on Kickstarter. The last thing that I backed wasn't a board game, but it was a couple $100 and it never delivered. So
see, I've never had a problem. Luckily, everything I've ever backed has always been delivered, or my money has been returned because it didn't make.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, let us know what is your favorite dice game. We want to hear from you. Maybe it's something we don't know about, right?
Yeah. Or something you know about we didn't mention. You can tell us off. Why didn't you mention this one?
Yeah, we might have missed one. I actually was very worried that what if I miss one that's better than the ones I have on the list? But at some point I had to settle, right?
Yeah.
So guys, are you ready for a game? We're gonna play a game today. We're gonna play Who Is This Meeple? And I'm gonna give you the name of a character, and you have to figure out what game he is or she is from. And this one is Saxos. Xaxos. Saxos. If you know, you know, because he's pretty popular, and I think you will know if you played this game. You will know what game it's from. I see that Angela has no idea.
No, not a clue.
Yeah. All right, so if you know the answer to Who Is This Meeple, Mr. Saxos, let us know in the comments below, and we will give you the answer the next time we meet.
We will. Awesome. I think that was quite a good one. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. And I'm glad that I love that I got to see games that I know about, but I don't think about often, because you brought up some really good ones that I haven't thought about in a long time. So that was nice.
Cool. And you brought up Kingdom Hearts, and I'm going to add that to my wish list, I think. I'll watch a few little videos about that one. That looks good.
It's on the channel. It's on Meeple Village. You can.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
Even better. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have a topic that you would like us to discuss here on the chat, let us know in the comments below. We will get to it.
And any topic as well. It doesn't need to be board gaming. If you want to go on a flight of fancy to something else, we'll cover it, won't we?
Yeah. We would love to cover food.
Oh, that could be a long video, Annabelle.
Just kidding. Anything you guys wanna hear about, we can make it work. So
yeah, we do this for you guys. So let us know.
Yeah. Well, have a good one. Play more games. See you next time.
Bye.